Hello everyone, welcome back to Whisper of the Wind. Today we are going to talk about the guild system in Where Wind Meet. So first of all, in this game, although it's a RPG game, but it do have some MMO element. And one of the main element is the guild system. So as you can see, when you click escape, this icon over here is the guild system. So how does guild system work? Basically, when you start the game, you need to be at level 20, okay, in order to unlock the guild system. Once you unlock the guild system, this button will appear, and if you click on it, it will tell you 3 types of guild which you can join. So basically, it depends on your playstyle. You can choose to join using the similar playstyle as you are. So what does it mean? First of all, is the exploration guild. So this guild mainly are for those that want to do exploration. Next will be the leisure guild. So mainly this guild are for people that like to do leisure stuff, meaning chit chat, role play, play poker together, or do some hide and seek with your friend. Those guild that conduct leisure event. Okay. So this guild mainly is for leisure player, and last the combat guild, meaning this guild are focused on combats, meaning your friend might like to play instant, or like to do raids, or like to do guild war. So if you have this intention, you will need to join the combat guild. Okay, so the good thing about this is that it brings the people that have the similar playstyle together. So once you click on this, you can see the different guilds recruitment. So for combat guild, all these are the guild recruitment, and every guild have their own levels. Level 1, level 2, level 3. So far, the maximum for now is level 6 in China server. Okay, and based on your level, the level of the guild, you can also have up to 80 player in your guild. And you can see for this is the exploration guild, 80, most of them 80, and this is the combat. So other than that, you can also create your own guild. If you create your own guild, you will need 300 jade coin. So once you have 300 jade coin, you just select what type of guild you want, type the name of your guild, and just simply create. Okay, you can also choose the symbol you want for your guild. Okay, or you want to type some word. See, like A, B, it's up to you. So this is mainly your guild logo or banner. Okay, so once you join a guild, your interface will change to this. So what is this all about? Okay, let us start off from the first interface. So as you can see, this is my guild name. So the guild leader can put notice. For instance, my guild, they put like what time will be the events, okay, and guild war is what time. And they have a WeChat group. So to join the WeChat group, you need to go here. So other than that, you can also see the main guild master information. Okay, total I'm a level 6 combat guild. I have 77 player. Okay, and there is a guild reserve currency and how much my guild need to maintain the guild, which is 50,000 in-game guild currency. So over here is the guild honor. So as the guild progress, as many people join your guild, whatever activity they do, it will contribute to the guild points. Okay, and so far for now, this version there isn't much to do with the guild point. Mainly is for leveling of guild, but since we are max level already. Okay, other than that, you also can get some reward over here, which is this reward. As your guild level, I mean as your guild member, all of them do activities, they will hit this maximum of 1100,000, and this will give this perk, which I will explain later what is the use of it. So other than that, over here the second tab, it shows the member of the guild and the guild leader and guild master. I mean the assistant guild leader. So you can have a guild leader, you can have an assistant guild leader. So for me, as I am a management role in guilds, I can go through with you what are the other options you have. So as a management level, I am allowed to do things, for example, putting ranking, giving people ranks. So you can simply create new ranks for the guild members. And if you create, you are able to select the restriction. Like for example, this rank allow the player in this rank to kick people out of guild, build guild facilities, recruiting people, um, allow them to change appointment, allow them to open activities and rewrite notification. Okay, so other than ranking, you can also do this guild war setting. So what does this mean? So you can actually select 4 guild member to be the commander of the guild war. Okay, you just simply press the plus and he will be the commander. And there will be 3 player which you can select to participate in a 1v1 during guild war, which I will explain what is it. Okay, so you want to try to get the best PvP player in this 3 position, because in guild war, if they win the 1v1, your guild will get a buff which is very strong. Okay, next, over here you can actually see all the guild member that are online or offline and the point they contribute. So you can see, for me, I contributed 710 points. So over here you can see who's the most active player that contribute the most. Some guild actually require player to have certain contribution every week in order to stay in the guild. If you didn't contribute, they will kick you out of the guild. Okay, so over here, this option is to see whether you want to accept or reject people. Okay, it's for management role only. And this, whether you want to recruit people through the list, okay, of those that put that they are looking for guilds. So next will be the things that, for example, shops allow you to buy things, okay, using the guild currency. So other than buying things, you also get 100 jade as a bonus every week. Okay, and sometimes your guild members can give the red packet and you can collect for some guild currency. Okay, so next for guild activities. In this game, you will need to complete guild activities in order to gain contribution point, and also some general points. For instance, this jade point for guild talent, this currency to buy thing, and this item for that can randomly give you this pearl, which is for your guild talent. So first activity is mainly the guild party. So guild party is an event which I will explain later. So you need to stay for 25 minutes in the guild party. Next, we are going to talk about the other activities which give you currency. First, very basic, you spend 200 energy per week, you can get these rewards, okay, simply by playing. This is your guild boss fight, okay? So you need to complete 1 guild boss every week, which require 10 person from the same guild to participate, okay? Guild war, you can clear guild war every week to get this. And guild escort, which I will explain later, okay, during the guild tour, guild-based tour. So guild party, like what I mentioned just now. Next is the guild versus boss. So it's a 1v1 against boss activity, which I will explain later. The PvP 1v1 activity, I will also explain later during event at the event portion. And this one is actually combined actions, meaning when you are in a guild, you do some action that require 2 person and more like emote, and you complete, I think, 20 times maximum, you can get all the rewards. Okay, if you join PvP, you also get rewards. If you do those, like let's say world boss or those casual leisure activity, you also get rewards. This is to get a coin, the escort coin, and this is to join other player and help them stay in their world for a few minutes, up to 20 minutes, I believe. And this one, stay in guild base for 20 minutes to get all the rewards. So over here, there is also option. This option is actually for guild that want to conduct their own activity. For example, sometimes your guild will say, okay, let's conduct a in-house PvP tournament. You can use this to set the event, what you want to do. It can be Mahjong, it can be PvP, it can be PUBG, it can be arenas, anything you want to do. Okay, or you can just do a custom activity. Then after selecting, you just need to type what is it and how many players you require. Then what time it start. Then you just send in a guild chat and people can join. It's useful for you to conduct activities, which many guild do that. Sometimes my guild actually do activities like PvP, tournament, all this. Okay. So over here is the guild base building. So level 6 you can build all this. I believe they are still developing this system because so far for now you can only build all these things and you can't do anything more. In the future I believe they will develop more. Okay. So later in the guild base tour I can show you what are the activities. So for this is mainly the guild talents. So what's the guild talents? There are 3 guild talents which is actually linked to you know, before that I mentioned that you got 3 types of guild you can join. So it corresponds with these 3 activities. Mainly exploration, leisure, and war. Okay, so let's take a look at exploration. Exploration, you can use point to up your exploration talent. For instance, this means that when you are partying with your friend, when you collect the oddities, with every point you actually plus 5 meter. Means you can help people collect their oddities. And if you go up to 10, you can have a bigger radius. So the owner of the world can get the oddities from further. This is for the treasure chest. Okay, you can see it's for exploration. So for this, it's mainly for the boss challenge. So some people want to do boss challenge. Okay, they find it too difficult. You can use the guild talent to increase your damage reduction or increase your max HP. So up to 20, you can spend this point, which you do from guild activities. Over here is the guild events, mainly the boss guild boss challenge 1v1 with the boss. You can actually increase your damage. You can increase your HP and damage taken, reduce your damage taken. Over here is mainly your repair costs, and this is mainly your the leisure point, the exploration point you get. Okay, you can increase it. So over here is for the leisure player. So what are the leisure player? They mainly do things like trading. They can have lesser tax when they do trading, which I'll explain later. Over here, okay, it's also trading, but using another type of currency. This will be the Jade, the weekly point. You can have more weekly point every activity you participate. And this is your trading item, the backspace. You can have more trading item. So some people actually like to do in-game trading, okay? But you don't trade with other player, you trade with the NPC. So the currency, the in-game currency actually have sometimes it have higher, the product sell more, sometimes it sell less. So sort of like stock market, you buy when it's cheap and you sell when it's expensive. Over here, this is mainly for the combats, which is the guild war. It corresponds with the season. It reset every season. So basically, what it mainly it increase your damage, decrease your damage reduction. Increase your damage reduction and increase your HP. You can actually, this is all very important. So to level up, you need this point. I got 997. So I press spacebar, it increase and the percentage increase. So if you want to be a top DPS for your guild in Guild War, you need to increase this. Okay, you see, now I'm level 7. I increase again. So every 5 level, there will be a breakthrough which require this pearl. So you just press, it breakthrough. Okay. So next level unlock require 14 days more. So there is sort of a time gate. Over here, I can also increase. Okay, I do not have enough coins already. I need to grind some of the guild activity to get this coin to level up so that I can contribute more in Guild War. Okay, over here is your elemental damage. If you are I'm the fire type, so I need to increase this for my elemental damage. Okay, and it also increase your full guild element damage. So if let's say your whole guild everyone pump this, right, they actually can get up to 24%, which cap. So meaning the more active player you are, the stronger your guild DPS is. Okay. Next, this is the interesting one. So this mainly helps you for when you are nearby the tower, okay, or your guild boost, which I will touch on later in the guild war parts. But mainly this will increase your damage and reduce the goose damage taken based on everyone. So there's a cap of 10%. So you need at least 10 people to pump this so that it will be capped at 10%. the goose will take in 10% lesser damage for enemy guild. This actually okay, so this actually give another 11% damage reduction for your guild boss, the goose and tower, while it reduces your damage taken when you're near the goose or tower or the lucky tree. This is mainly your movement speed. So maybe you can assign one guild member to pump this to the max and use him to escort the lucky tree back to your base, as they will move faster. Over here, this will be the currency. You can get more currency in your guild wars. The guild wars currency is up by 10% per level. So I believe you also do some damage reduction. Over here, this is mainly the tower. So what happens is that when you become a tower, you do more damage from your skill, and the tower have HP regeneration. So those people that always become the tower in the guild war, you can actually pump this. For all weapon skill, there is a unique ultimate skill in this guild war which you can pump, and you will unlock a new button for you to press. So what are the unique skill? Let me go through one by one. First, Nameless Sword. So Nameless Sword mainly give you a shield, and not just you, but everyone near you will get a shield, which lasts for 8 seconds. So it have a cooldown of 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. And during this shield timing, you won't be able, your blue bar below will not go down until it depletes. For Ninja Spear, you actually have a shield on the bottom of your leg. You can see this radius. So in this radius, everyone will be immune to crowd control skill like slow, all this. Okay, and if they got hit by range attack, it will reduce the damage by 10 to 20%. For the Sword of Precision, it mainly it charge to the enemy and do a 10-second this effect. And if anyone's standing inside, you will get a 2 debuff. Okay, and you will get your movement speed will slow if you get out of this area. Okay, it lasts for 6 seconds. So this effect, these two effects, one is to reduce movement speed by 40%. You cannot run, cannot use your jumping or any mount. For the second effect, okay, your damage taken increased by 3% up to 8 stack. Okay. So for the Sword of Precision, the spear, what you do is you will have this AoE. Okay, and this AoE, if you got hit, you will be knocked down. It's a very good CC, and during this timing, you get a red armor, meaning you can't get controlled. And your damage is increased by 30%, and damage taken reduced by 20%. So mainly, it's a AoE CC skill, which is very useful. Okay, over here, this is a tank spear set. So what this do is, it will first do a AoE, which everyone within this area have super armor, meaning they can't be stunned. So for the next 10 seconds, you are immune to all the spell effect or skill effect done damage by the enemy mystic skill, or the damage reduced to 60%, reduced by 60%. So it's a very good tanking skill. Over here, the healing. So for this, when you cast, enemy around you will have a big heal. Okay, it lasts for 8 seconds, and you will it lasts for 6 seconds, and you will have a full super armor for 8 seconds. For another fan set, this is a AoE control. Within, you have a trap over here, and no one can get out of this wind wall. This is the fan set for the range DPS. Okay, so for the umbrella for healing, when you use this special ultimate, everyone nearby will get 12 seconds of lightweight effect. During this 12 seconds, your movement speed increased by 50%. And every second, you regen your stamina. Okay, and all your movement speeds things will not reduce your stamina, your dodge, etc. So it's very good for the whole party to run. This effect, you conceal, is the range umbrella skill. So you go invisible. But if you take damage, you will immediately get appeared. Okay? And when you're invisible, you gain 1 stack of this effect, this buff, and it can stack up to 5 stack. And during this buff, right, your damage taken, your damage done increased by 4% per stack. So 5 stack means 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 20% damage increase. And once you get out of the invis mode, you got 10 seconds of this 20% damage due. And also, when you are in this effect, your skill actually regen 20% of your HP. Next, dual sword. Mainly when it will let you go into a berserk mode, and during this berserk mode, you generate more points energy for your berserk, and you enter a buff, which during this buff, every hit you hit, right, will make the enemy unable to heal themselves for 6 seconds. So it's very good for people to zerk down a player in Guild War with this ultimate skill. So for the rogue, this rogue skill, it will basically pull people to you, okay, and stun them for 3 seconds. And during this 3 seconds, they actually can't move, as their movement speed will reduce by 50%. So it's similar to, if you play Dota, it's basically the Butcher Hook. So for this, it's a new set which have not released in global yet, I believe. You throw an umbrella, and the umbrella will have this circle effect. So this circle effect will cause a 10-second, it will last for 10 seconds, and anyone within this circle will have healing reduction of 36%. So it means it's harder for the healer to heal if you stand inside this debuff. Over here, also from the new umbrella rope set, the rope ultimate skill. So basically, when you press this button, everyone within 7 meters will explode, and they will gain a debuff, which lasts for 8 seconds. And during this 8 seconds, their energy deplete faster, so it means you can execute them faster. Okay, and you will get a buff to increase your damage. So one of the most in-buff skill, the Mortal, tanking Mortal. So what you do is, you actually suck everyone to you. It's very useful for Guild War because you want to gather all the enemy together and suck them, and you use the other ultimate to burst them down in groups. So last 2 skill, this is the newer skill set in this game, the Tanghen Dao and the Mortal. So this Mortal actually create a AoE, and every 0.8 seconds, spirit will come out and chop the enemy. Okay, it lasts for 12 seconds, and a single enemy can be chopped 4 times. The last one, this skill, your Tanghen Dao. So what this do is, you will get a shield with 3 swords. So this 3 sword, right, all the people within your 7 meters will get this 3 sword. It will reduce your damage taken by 15%. And it will also reduce your, it will reduce the energy damage by 15% and your damage taken by 50%, 50. And every time you take in damage, you will repel damage back to the person that do damage to you. And the repel damage lasts for 6 seconds, the shield. So it's basically a taunt. So every time you repel a damage, it will take off one stack. So the 3 stack means you can repel 3 damage. Okay. So next we are going to talk about guild base. So what's the guild base? So how do you enter the guild base? Very straightforward. Let me show you. You just simply go to the guild menu. Okay. So how do you access the guild base? Very straightforward. You go to guild menu. You can see this button over here. You click on it and press spacebar. It will bring you to the guild base. So I can say this guild system, they are still developing, and I can see great potential. Why is it? Okay, so you can see this is the guild base. You can see all these empty plots. In the future, what I suspect is that they will be allowing guildies to build their own house here. So it will be a big community, a guild community. So first place to visit is over here. This is where the 1v1 guild PvP event happened. You just simply come here, you press the F button, and you can join the arena. Anytime you can also join. Then other player in your guild can simply join the arena to have a 1v1 duel. So it's a great place for people to do 1v1 in guild. So you can see this is my guild base. So let's go in and take a look what are the facility I have. So first of all, the most important, this room. So what this room do, you have this NPC over here, you click on it. You can actually sell your products you make here. So right now it's 31%. You can move to other guild to sell it to the NPC there. 40%. Mainly we will go for 45% and above. Then we sell. So that we generate the max profit, this coin. So with this coin, you can actually buy cosmetic. Okay. So other than that, there is also a shop here, which is actually the in-game shop. So it sells the various guild rewards. Okay, over here. It also sells some cosmetics you get from guild points. This icon over here, you can actually get the points from Guild War. So everyone that play Guild War mainly get the reward over here. So what are some of the reward? They got mask, they got this helmet, this bag, and this armor. Okay, it look kind of nice. During the season 1 of Guild War, you actually don't have this helmet and this face mask. So season 2 they release. I believe as the game progress, more and more Guild War reward will be appearing. Over here, this is mainly for the guild commander. If you get this point, you can actually buy all these traps, example, or the this dog, which will help you in your guild war, or this exploding chicken. Okay, but I'm not a commander, so I don't get to buy it. So next place of interest in guild is this area. So just now I mentioned that there's an escort. So basically you just come here, and unfortunately you don't need to escort anything, you just need to turn in the materials here. So one of the tips that I will share with you is that you can actually make use of the guild escort to go to shop without going physically to the place. What do I mean by that? Let's say for the if I click this, I can actually buy the materials here without going to the shop. I can also buy other materials sold by this vendor. So this function only happen if you buy the monthly card, so that you can go to the shop anytime you want. But with this, you actually don't need to buy the monthly subscription. Okay, so you just turn in, you can buy from shop, or you can ask your guildies to help you. Okay, once you turn in already, you can complete it by clicking here, and the maximum reward is over here. Okay, so I can get all this. After that, I can turn in again 3 times a week. Okay, so I turn in this. This, maybe I want to buy things from this shop. I don't need to go physically to the shop. So some people actually purposely leave some uncollected so that they can buy things without going to the shop. Okay, so next, this button, like what I said just now, you can actually request for help, for people to donate material to you. So over here are those people that request for material. If you want, you can help them and you get some reward out of it. So other than these two places, one more place of interest in guild is over here. This is where all the crafting station is. For example, if you want to cook something, you can use this over here to cook. If you want to make pail, you can use this to make pail. If you want to craft bow and arrow or equipment, you can come here. Okay, it's very convenient, everything is here. There's an NPC over here. You can actually buy some things. All these are mainly for trading for this coin. But this coin actually doesn't have much use. It's mainly to buy properties in Kaifeng. Okay. Or if not buy property, mainly is to rent house. Okay. Over here is where most of the guild member will be at during the guild party event. Okay. There's also an NPC over here that sells some of the mahjong currency. So other than that, I believe there isn't much things because like what I say, a lot of function have not opened yet in guild. I believe eventually they will open up the area and have more function in guild base. Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about events. So for event, there are mainly 2 events that guildies can do. First is the 1v1 arena. So when the 1v1 arena starts, you can see this timer countdown till the end of the event. So anyone can just simply come to this sword over here and join the combat. Okay. So once you join, you will face your guildmate in a 1v1 arena. So after fighting, you can actually see the record over here, who won and who lose. Okay. And you can also come over here to look at how your friend play by clicking this button over here. Okay. And everyone can just sit around and observe. So in order to get the reward for this, you just need to come here and look. You don't really need to fight. Okay. So another thing you can do in during the fight is you can actually cheer for your friend by pressing the R button, okay, and you will have a cheer message. You can also say something sarcastic like taunting them. Over here, for example, this means that they say, "Oh, you can't do it. Let me go up." Then other than that, you can press T to have a free view to watch the fight. So for guild party, when the guild party starts, there will be an option for you to join the guild party, and there will be a preparations phrase. So basically, it's mainly for people to socialize in their guild. Okay, you can do sort of activity. For example, you can do poker over here, over here. You can also do mahjong. Okay, so people can just come here and play games. Okay, it's really a social time for guild. So for my guild, it's a very small guild, so you don't see much people. But you can imagine for those 300 player guild with a lot of active player, it should be very a lot of people will be here chatting. It should be like a market. So during the party, you can actually see a few options. First, you can press K button, and you can increase the duration of the party by clicking this, or you can use your Jade coin to increase the duration. Each option can increase by 10%. So when I click, it will increase 18 seconds of duration. For the Jade coin, you will also get the guild currency. So you just press space, and it will inject this. It will put, increase the party duration by 18 seconds. So there is also eventually there is also an activity where you can answer question, okay, in a guild chat. But this won't release. Once the guild party finish, you can actually see the reward. Okay. So the next event will be the 1v boss solo fight. So basically, when you start, the whole guild will be teleported to this area if you accept the teleport. And you can see a sword over here. So you just need to register, and you will face a fairly difficult boss. And the whole guild will actually watch you fighting the boss. Okay, so every week the boss will be different. So for this week, it will be this boss. And as mentioned over here, one person defeat the boss, you will get a reward. 3% will be the next reward, and 5% will be the maximum reward. So the reward is over here. If 1%, you get this reward. 3% you get 100, and 5% you will get 160. Okay. So that means the more person that defeat the boss, the more coins you get. And all the coin will allow you to upgrade your skill in Guild War. So in same as the 1v1 PvP, you can actually see how people fight. You can also phrase them, or you can also taunt them. Okay, you can also have a free view. And by pressing space, you exit the view. Okay, there is also a speed run ranking. When you press over here, you go to the 1v boss fight, you can see the ranking over here. So when you click the ranking, you can see every week who's the best player and what is the best performance. Okay, so you can see this is the best performance, the speed run for bosses to kill the boss. Okay, other than that, the final, which is most important, which everyone loves, is the Guild War. So for Guild War, how does it work? Basically, it's a 30 versus 30 Guild War. But the Guild War are split into different tiers. Meaning, when you join the guild can be in tier 1, can be in tier 2, and can be in tier 3 category. So every tier will have a title for themselves. So the lowest tier will have this title, okay, and the second tier will be this title, and the final tier will be this title. It's kind of funny because they use the puns in Chinese. For instance, this is what we call 斗战胜佛. In in the same pronunciation, it's actually for Sun Wukong, the Black Myth Wukong main character, his title. Okay, and this 斗破苍穹, which refer to a very popular comic, anime in China, but they changed the first word. Okay, and the last one 勾心斗角, meaning is actually a phrase for being very tricky. Okay, it means people are backstabbing each other. Okay, so this is the phrase for it. So the main thing you get from Guild War is this title. Other than title, is this Guild Honor. So Guild Honor allow you to get rewards for like this. Let me show you. So this is the Guild Currency reward. This is the Guild War reward. So you can get this cosmetic, you can get this helmet, you can get this coat, and you can get this helmet also, and this mask through this Guild War currency. And also, if you join a lot of Guild War, you'll get to do the secondary gacha roll. Every month you can get 2 roll from the Guild War currency. Okay. Other than that, commander can also buy certain things using the Guild War, another type of Guild War currency, and this item will help your guild in battle. Okay. So for Guild War, how does it work? First of all, the rule for Guild War is every Saturday, Sunday from 8 p.m. all the way to 11 p.m. You can just match anytime you want. And if you want, the more you win, the higher rank you get into. Okay. So for the guild, every time it will have season. Normally it start when the new season begin in guild. In this game. So first week of the season is a preparation week. So mainly you just randomly join and practice strategy, example, all this. Next there will be 2 weeks which allow you to matchmake with other guild and to finalize your ranking. Like what I say, there are different tier guild. So in the second 2 weeks, you can get into any tier, like example A tier, B tier, or C tier. Okay, and finally the last 2 weeks will be the main season where everyone start playing the Guild War based on their matchmaking MMR, and you can score, you can get high ranking. Okay, this is the ranking. So the top guild, all these have different ranking. So other than that, commander can also assign things like setting up the tower in guild, and also using commanding skill, which sometimes increase your damage, etc. Okay. So before I start Guild War, one of the important thing to do is to change all your gear to PvP PvP gear, so you can actually do more damage or have more benefit for PvP. Then you will see this icon appearing. You just press accept. Mainly this Guild War, you need your guild commander to queue for it. So once they queue for it, and if they press accept, it will start the Guild War. So everyone in the guild will have this notification to join Guild War. If you click too late and if you are in a big guild, then you might not be able to join. Okay. Eventually in the China patch, they will release a sign up system. So those people that sign up for Guild War and approved by guild leader can have priority to queue in to join the Guild War. So once you join the Guild War, there will be a 5-minute wait time. So after the 5-minute wait time, the Guild War will commence. So the Guild War mainly have 3 paths to enemy base, which you can also say 3 lane. And there is also WoW mob, which you can get bonus. And you have 1 tower per lane. So every lane, guild commander can actually assign player to join the guild tower. And if you are a guild tower, you gain access to some unique skill, which you can use to defense against enemy. So meaning you are sort of the life tower. And if your tower got broken, then enemy will be able to kill you. So before they break your tower, they won't kill you and you will be sort of invulnerable.
不停留，不停留，对对。停留的话就是被迫进入守势了，守的话就是节奏就慢了。
是西啊，那个磨刀的那个 Z 的
特殊技
对，磨刀特殊技大师长按，不要点按，长按。
哪个？就是磨刀的那个百叶点的那个技能呗。
对。
As the war start, make sure you use the mount. If you are spending some money, I would recommend you to buy this running mount, because it do not have any custom, and you can simply use and run. Okay. The objective here is for the tank to reach the front line as fast as possible, so that the whole fighting start at the nearer to enemy towers. So you can see our main tank, our guild tanks run very fast to the enemy tower, and we initiate the fight at the enemy tower. That is good for us because we damage the enemy together with the tower. So as you can see, as I take in a lot of damage, I retreat back and I wait for my opportunity. Okay, so over here I saw everyone starting to get closer to each other. I know my tank is going to suck them with their ultimate. So you see, this moment the tank suck everyone together. I use my charge skill, which do massive damage. So for this set, the good thing is that it can do massive damage with the charge attack. But however, first it takes very long to charge and the AoE is very small. So in this case, I'm able to kill a lot of enemy, and that cause the enemy to fall back, and we start to take the tower. So over here, very important thing is that you will want your tank to push forward as much as possible, while the healer maintain the healing range and keep healing the tanks. Okay, so you can see the enemy line breaking here, and we are pushing the tower, and the tower got into half HP already.
准备缓第二轮啊，我这边又有吃了，我找队友进来。无名有盾没？无名有盾，无名有盾开盾。莫刀盾也行，我这边进来，我这边进来，看我，看我，看我，3、2、1，1。
So over here I see a group of people crunch together. I start to go in an AoE and start to use my charge skill to kill as many as possible. Same thing over here, I got good coordination with my tank. He sucked a lot of people together, and the coordination I would say is very well, because the enemy are now in panic mode. So one tips I will suggest is that you can use the flu skill, which released later in the expansion. That will do a AoE damage, and also if everyone do the flu skill, you will do a lot of damage. So you can always see my healer with the fan and my range DPS to be at the bottom back line, because they are easier to kill, while the tank and the melee DPS try to move forward as much as possible. Okay, so over here you can see the enemy are slowly retreating, and we take the initiative and move forward as much as possible. So you can see the enemy start to wipe, and we just keep pushing forward. So this is the small guild war. If for the 30v30, people might have other strategy like taking other towers or going for wild mob. Okay. Now we are at the entrance of the guild, enemy guild. Our objective now is to kill the goose. You can see the enemy, because their respawn place is nearer, so they start to respawn in mass. So what happened here is to for our healer to try to maintain our line and keep everyone full health, while we execute the enemy, kill them and don't allow them to gather. Okay, you can see they got 17 player, we got 14. Actually they got more player than us, but we are able to coordinate well and get them and bring victory to our guild. So as time goes, you can start to see the goose HP dropping, while the other tanks and DPS start to clear the enemy. Okay, we are trying to break their morale. Meanwhile, the enemy is trying to take our top lane tower, but they got lesser people because their main group is stuck here. So we continue to kill the goose. So one more thing is that if you have enough manpower to spare, you can actually try to break the enemy top and bottom lane. Once the 3 tower down, the goose will take in more damage. The tower sort of buff the goose. So over here the mini boss actually spawn. It's like the Roshan in Dota, okay? But we didn't bother to kill it. In fact, I think killing it gives some of the benefit. That mainly those bigger guild with 30 player, they will have strategy to assign people to go kill those mini boss. Okay? So in this war, you must know how to retreat when you need and push forward when you need. It's very important. So you can see now the enemy do not have the numbers already because we keep killing their people when they jump down. Okay? They do not have very good commander because if you got good commander, you will gather your force on top in the invulnerable area and jump down together. So you have more force. But for now, they are just jumping down at their own pace. So that is why we are able to kill them one by one. So you can see this is actually the lucky tree, and later the objective is to bring the enemy lucky tree to our guild. Okay, once the goose is dead, the lucky tree can be escorted by one person in the guild. So it's preference for people that have pumped the movement speed for the lucky tree to move the tree. So you can see there will be 4 NPC moving the tree, and everyone need to escort the tree back to our base. Okay, so for the DPSer, we are just clearing some of the enemy, while the main team actually start to escort the lucky tree. Okay, so at this point, most of my guild mate is gone, and for us, the stronger player will stay behind and try to hold the enemy as much as possible.
因为你要吸的时候，你跟我说一声，我这边有大点粮，到时候可以抬的。
So at this point, you can also see our goose HP start to fall, because the enemy actually sneak a team to our base to try to backdoor and kill our goose. And I noticed that they are actually running from the bottom lane, so I went to hunt down one of them. And as you see, the screen start turning red, meaning the interval event is starting. Okay, so what's the interval event? Interval event mainly is a 1v1 arena between the two selected player from each guild, and they will try to kill each other, and the winner will get a buff, and the loser will have their goose receiving extra damage. It will start at 20 minutes timer. So you can see for my guild, because we didn't select anyone to join, it randomly picked one of our healer. And the funny thing is the enemy, I think they also didn't select a 1v1 pro, so they have quite a weak 1v1 player. But in the end, the result is that our guild actually lose because our player is a healer, okay, and our goose got a debuff. But it doesn't matter because at this point of time, we are mainly winning the fight already, the war already. So you see, now the debuff. So the enemy actually allowed to select a debuff, and they select 20% more damage taken by our Guardian Goose. But at this point of time, it's a race of lucky tree. See who can bring the lucky tree back, and you can see our lucky tree already very near to enemy base. It's in the middle already, and the enemy start to move our lucky tree to their base. And the design of this is that the enemy actually both sides the lucky tree will meet each other in the middle, and it eventually will have a final fight where whoever win will win the war. So for us, we have huge advantage already, and some of their guild member, the enemy guild member is demoralized and leave the war. So end up we have an even match number now. So over here, the enemy tried their best, and I would say it's a fairly equal fight, but we perform better because we are able to coordinate well better. So after the war, you can actually look at the DPS, who have the highest DPS, who earn the most coin, all this, and also the MVP for the match. For this war, I'm the MVP, and because I do the most damage, and you can see all the different data, and all this data will be reflected in the Guild War page. Finally, I have come to the end of the video. I know it's a very long video, but there are many things to explain for Guild, and I think many of you will be interested in all this information which you can't really find in YouTube. If you like my content, please like, share, subscribe, and see you again in the next video. Bye.